Hey guys, Juggernaut Maximum here. Um, Doing what I promised you guys, and I'm going to give you a little discussion about the Death Army archetype for the Nova Grapplers. Obviously, a couple of them came out in Booster Set 3, as you can see, and then whenever the extra booster Infinite Phantom Legion comes out is when we will have all of the stuff for the Death Army archetypes. So I'm going to go down each of the things here, as you guys can see. I'm going to try and make it quick, and I'll just talk about each one a little bit. So yeah. First, you got Death Army Bishop. He's a grade 1. As you can see, 7,000 counterblast 1. If you have a Nova Grappler Vanguard, choose up to another 2 of your rear guards with Death Army in their card name and stand them. And this ability can only be used once per turn. So that's kind of good if you only have like maybe 2 on the board and you just want to give the Cosmo Lord a quick 5,000 boost. It's nice to just rest 2 of them and then use his ability to restand them. Obviously, he can't do himself because it says up to another 2 of your rear guards. So, obviously that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it allows Cosmo Lord to get a boost and without having to use his counterblast if you don't want to. So he's nice, and he's also 7,000, which is also nice as well. Um, Death Army guy, you should all know. I'm gonna just show him real quick. Um, he is, when your Vanguard drive check reveals a grade 3 Nova Grappler, restand this unit. So it's nice to have him and Death Army Lady, which is the exact same thing, except Death Army Lady is a grade 2 with 9,000 attack. So, yeah. I'm really, like I said, not really going to go into Death Army Guy and Death Army Lady. You guys all should know what they are. Death Army Knight. Let's get to him. I actually can't remember what he does. Okay, he's a grade 2, 9,000. During your main phase, when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have a Nova Grappler Vanguard, choose up to 2 of your rearguards with Death Army in their card name and stand them. So that is actually really, really good. Obviously, it does not use up a counterblast, so when you call him, you just stand 2 of your rearguards with Death Army in their card name. Now, obviously, he's not very good early game. However, later in the game, when you want to draw him, it's really nice. What you can do with with the Cosmo Lord is you rest 2 of your rear guards, you call him, then you rest the same 2 again, and then you can rest 2 more if you have 2 more Death Army stuff out, and then you can use the Cosmo Lord to restand everything. So he gained 15,000. Ooh, excuse me. He gained 15,000, and he gets an extra critical, which is amazing in my opinion. And it's just awesome, and it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. So yeah, Death Army Knight is really, really good. Obviously, you guys know Death Army Lady. So I'll get to the next one, which is Death Army Pawn. Bear with me, guys. He is the starter for the Death Army. Obviously, he has the ability of when a Nova Grappler rides this unit, may call it to rear guard. But then he also has an ability while he's in the rear guard circle. You choose another one of your rear guards with Death Army in its card name and rest it. And if you have a Nova Grappler Vanguard, this unit gets power plus 2,000 until the end of the turn. Now, obviously, you're going to have a Nova Grappler Vanguard, so he's always going to get the 2,000. It's just, it's nice to be able to just boost him up so he becomes at least a decent 7,000 boost. Like I said, this is going to be your starter mainly because it's a Death Army. So, yeah, Death Army Pawn. And then the final one before we get to the Cosmo Lord, because he is obviously the linchpin of the deck, is Death Army Rook. And he is just your standard 10,000 grade 2. Obviously, you want to run this guy just because he is a Death Army and you're able to rest him to get the Cosmo Lord and the other abilities off. So yeah. Sorry guys, 1 second. So yeah, the Death Army Rook is your standard 10,000 grade 2. So yeah, not much else I can say about Rook. So now I'm going to get into the final card, which is of course the Cosmo Lord. Talk about him. So he's obviously a 10,000 grade 3, and then I'm just going to go over the abilities for what he does. I'm going to start with the bottom ability first. Obviously, it says active when he's in the Vanguard circle. Both of his abilities are obviously only when he's in the Vanguard. It's choose 2 of your rear guards with Death Army in their card name and rest them, and then this unit gets plus 5,000 power. And then he also has a Limit Break ability, which is Limit Break 4 and it's Counterblast 2. It says stand all of your Nova Grappler rear guards, and if 4 more units stand with this effect, this unit gets critical +1 until the end of the turn. This ability can only be used once per turn. So obviously that is really, really incredible. Obviously it's much better when you have the Death Army stuff, because you can get him a plus 10,000 power just by himself, and then he gets the extra critical when he restands. But it's also really good just because you can use things like Screamin' and Dance and Announce or Shout to be able to rest himself, get rid of a dead card in your hand to draw something, and then still be able to restand him with the Cosmo Lord's ability. So, obviously, most of the time you're going to want the Death Army stuff to be able to restand them. And obviously, they work in conjunction with the Cosmo Lord, because when you rest your units like that, it gets the Cosmo Lord the power, which is really what you want. And obviously, you're going to want to run 4 of these guys, because he's going to be. He's gonna want to be. You're gonna want him to be your main Vanguard all the time. Now, the thing I really, really like about Nova Grappler is, even if you don't get to the Cosmo Lord and get to those really, really high numbers, you can still use things like a Zora-Kaiser in order to be able to to help you get to your Cosmo Lord, but also be able to still restand your units and get more attacks in. That's why I really, really think that the Cosmo Lord, or the I'm not sorry, not the Cosmo Lord. The Death Army archetype for this clan is going to be a really, really good deck, and a deck that I think should be feared. I think it's going to be one of the better decks to come as well. I mean, obviously, I'm personally a huge fan of Nova Grapplers, but at the same time, the deck really is going to receive a boost, and it's still already a decent deck at the moment. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the Death Army archetype. Obviously, when the deck comes out, I don't really see the need to invest in Japanese cards, so I really don't. You know, obviously, it's going to be a while until the stuff comes out, but I am going to have more content for this channel. You know, so stay tuned for that kind of stuff, and stay tuned for more. I'm going to try and probably get some fights whenever I get to locals next, whether it's this weekend or next weekend. Obviously, Christmas and New Year's are coming up, so there won't be much content over that span of time. But yeah, as always, guys, I really do appreciate you watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned for more content.